whatever this is. But it's The Mary Jane Show. It's on. This isn't on here. Well, anyway, so welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Mary Jane. Mary Jane. If you'd like, I'd like to introduce you right now. Here she is, the star of the Mary Jane Show. She's a beauty girl if there ever was. Put your hands together for Mary Jane.
And welcome to the Mary Jane Show. This show, we are mid-season for topics, so we will have opening show banter, middle show banter, closing show banter, with a little splash of sports updates, and maybe we'll get some commentary from Dawn. So I now introduce to you, if you don't know, this is Dawn Bears. Hello, Dawn.
Hey, psst, can you hear me? You didn't.
No, that was last night's show, not today.
You can't say that I look pretty.
That was last night's show, not today. Today's the Mary Jane Show. Friday nights, if you guys don't know what Dawn's doing, Friday nights at 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on twitch.tv/Simply Dawn the Twitch, and temporarily YouTube A with the Circle SDTPN. Is the Pretty Girl Show. But today is the Mary Jane Show.
He is a pretty girl, they're saying, though.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. No, I thank them because they didn't say it to you. They said it to me. Thank you.
And as always, we have our wonderful moderator. Hello, Manji.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mary Jane. How's everything today?
Well, Mary Jane, who went with the Dodgers and gives up a run and a half, they're trailing 2-1. But with that 1.5, it's now 3.5-1. Mary Jane also went with the Boston Celtics. And if you remember, a young Jack has said that the Celtics win is a 5-star lock. And
yes.
They are 7-point underdogs. Mary Jane picked Boston, but she didn't say it was a lock. Mary Jane also went in hockey, the Dallas Stars, Edmonton Oilers. Is that game on today?
Yes, it should be starting currently or shortly, either way.
Oh, really? And where?
Yeah, the other two are tomorrow. It should be on TNT, it says. Max, True TV, on one of those three.
All right, so I can maybe do a little play-by-play about hockey.
And hello in the chat to Ninja Bryn, who is Gifted Brenda. You know who that is, Dawn. And she says, we're about to watch some ECHL hockey. Ooh.
Ninja Brent. Who is Ninja Brent? How do I know her?
On your Instagram stream, she's Gifted Brenda.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really? Oh, Ninja Brent equals Gifted Brenda. Yes, I see.
Welcome to Twitch.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello. I can't. I just like calling her Gifted Brenda. So we've got the NBA, Mary Jane's NBA game that she is voting for. Let's just see what else we have here. Minnesota Timberwolves are tomorrow, and the Rangers and the Panthers are tomorrow. So all the games have either just started because the Dodgers game is the Reds are leading 2-1. The Boston Celtics are taking on the Indiana Pacers, which is starting right about now. And Edmonton is playing Dallas. Mary Jane has Dallas. Boston and the Dodgers in that.
Wonderful. So you're saying we probably won't get any final scores by the end of this show.
Right. Old
Okay.
man G went with the Dodgers, Celtics, and Edmonton. Jack. Dodgers, Celtics, Edmonton. Minnesota and the Rangers. Jack and Old Man G picked all the exact same teams.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We know sports sometimes, you know.
Last week,
Dylan Beck. Oh, sorry.
Oh, what they're talking right now about that thing where when they come back from commercial, where he was yelling at him.
Well, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Oh man, G, do you support Jack's 5-star lock? I'm not saying you have to turn in your Celtics point to a 5-star lock.
I can see why he would make it
Wonderful,
because
wonderful.
there's a key injury, so like I feel like that's a
But
pretty good statement. But
when he made that statement, though, he wasn't out of the game yet.
not officially, no. But still, like I was talking to Don before the show that I don't know that that won't make the Pacers go off and go crazy and win this game. Just out of her reaction, trying to save themselves. But we'll see. It's why they play the game.
This guy from Indiana, it's their best player, and he's not going to be playing today.
Oh,
he is their best player, right?
Yeah, I would say so. Pascal Siakam is pretty good too, but like I would say Tyrese Halliburton is better.
And I like saying Halliburton.
Yeah, Halliburton is a good name. I like that.
I see how that could make it a wild card because either the whole team in the locker room's like, okay, let's show this guy he's not as special as he thinks he is, and let's go out there and do a damn good job. Or they could be like, oh my gosh, how are we going to do this without this guy?
Right.
And Jason Johnston, hello. Hello from YouTube. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Hello, YouTube. Also, Dylan Beckwith is here. Your stepson, is that right?
He's not my stepson. He's not my. I have nothing to do with him as a son.
Okay.
I met his mother at the Comedy Store and gave it to her, and I gave it to her hard.
Oh. Congratulations, Dylan Beckwith, mom.
This fucking bitch. She liked it hard, and she never, and she would ask to be punched and things like that.
That's cool.
So she's a freak.
Well, hello, Dylan Beckenwith. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, welcome.
Ooh. I didn't know that people are saying that. Don has a 5-star cock.
That's a YouTube comment from Pascal. Thank you for the comment.
Is that a YouTube comment?
It sure is.
Hello, Pascal. Hello.
See on your screen, if you look at the little icon beside the person's name, it has a purple thing or a red thing. The purple thing is Twitch, and the red thing is YouTube. So,
really,
just FYI, because you're looking at multi-stream now.
Really? Oh, that's cool. Yeah. When did that start?
When we started multi-broadcasting.
It was very frowned upon and against Twitch terms and conditions for quite a few years to simultaneously stream. A lot of people did it, but we just didn't want to risk our channels being completely taken down and losing everything.
Exactly.
We played it a little safe. Some people went fast and loose. Mm-hmm. And now we are in full rights to do both. So that's how that happened, Don.
It's a little bit like how when that wall fell down in Germany, I think, if you think about it.
Some people were afraid to run across the border because they were used to 50 years of watching people getting shot down for doing that. And then some people were the ones that knocked it down.
Yeah, they knocked down the wall with a hammer, so they could stream to both countries or something. I don't know. It's something like that.
Okay.
Well, let's get back to talking about Don has a 5-star cock.
That rhymes with 5-star luck.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Is who and why are they relevant?
He's Indiana's best player, and he's out for tonight.
Oh, okay. Oh, Dylan Beckenwith says pretty girls and good girls.
There you go.
Thank you, Dylan Beckenwith. Thank you, thank you.
I really don't know what that means.
It's pretty girls and good girls. That's all you need to know, I think. Sounds positive.
Yeah, Don likes the pretty girl part, but he's not really into being a good girl. He would reject that at all costs.
What'd you just say?
Excuse me?
What did you just say?
You look very pretty today, Don.
Thank you.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh. I'll let you address that.
You mean where Dylan Beckwith says 1 star for each inch? All right. Who am I doing an impression of right now? I leave this open to anybody. Oh, I can't take any more down my throat. This is way longer than 5 inches. Anybody got a guess of who I'm doing an impression of?
I'm gonna go with a long stretch and say Dylan Beckenwith's mommy.
Yes.
I was just gonna say Dylan Beckwith, but
And
Beckwith's
Austin
mom.
Nelson on YouTube says, "Did you know that St. Louis had its own style of pizza? Question mark. It is garbage." No, I did not, but I will have to look that up.
I did know that because Jimmy Kimmel, a guy that I work with, talks to people in the audience about this.
Is this a new thing?
No, it's been for many years. Because his wife, Molly, comes from St. Louis. And like people from St. Louis talk about how great the St. Louis pizza is. But Jimmy also says it's garbage.
I didn't know Detroit had its own style of pizza. That's pretty spiffy. I learned that.
You learned that when?
Through I mean, not to bring up bad things, but during the pandemic, it kind of like, oh, you can make this at home, or restaurants would offer a different delivery thing, and I had no idea, but the Detroit pizza is like upside down. Well, I mean, the crust is still on the bottom, but then it's the cheese on top of it, and then it's pepperoni, and then it's sauce, and it's thick crust.
Yeah.
I do like that. Oh, Austin Nelson says they call me the pizza guy. Well, hello, Mr. Pizza Guy.
welcome.
And he also, before that, he said Detroit pizza would kick St. Louis's pizza's ass. And Dylan Beckenwith says
Dylan Beckwith.
it is. I'm from there. It's good, Detroit. And Ninja Bryn says, yep, sauce on top.
So St. Louis style pizza is a type of pizza in St. Louis, Missouri, and the surrounding areas. The pizza has a thin cracker-like crust made without yeast, topped with a sweet tomato sauce and Provel cheese, and is cut into squares or rectangles rather than wedges.
All right. I'm going to do an impression. Try to guess who this is.
Okay.
Oh, wow! You just shot your load in my mouth, and it's with your more than 5-inch dick, and now semen is coming out of my eye sockets.
Okay, now Dylan Beckenwith is saying,
Beckwith.
well,
Not
why is
Beck.
he saying I'm wrong? What am I wrong about? And
Uh,
Austin Nelson says square
nobody-
slice.
Nobody has an idea of who I was doing an impression of? I'll do it again. Oh, whoa, you just shot your load in my throat with your more than 5-inch dick, and now cum is coming out of my eye sockets.
Miss Beckenwith.
Yes. You're exactly right.
Finish the comment. Square slices question mark. What the actual fuck? Followed by hexagon. Hi, Simply Dawn and the lovely Mary Jane. You're both great. Thank you and welcome.
Both looking great.
Oh, thank you very, very much.
It's the
Thank
most
you.
important thing.
Well, at the moment, I thank you, Oman G, for the description of St. Louis pizza.
Sure.
But I decided I would look it up before I heard you say that. And Google has nothing.
Hmm.
Louis. Okay, I spelled it right.
Uh-oh.
And his reaction, he knew exactly what was coming.
Bum,
But Chris,
bum,
there's not many
bum,
players
bum, bum,
in
bum,
the
bum.
NBA that are
Bum,
better
bum,
at
bum, bum,
manipulating.
bum,
Shut up.
What's that? Oh no, everything's fine. Let's go to the comments. What is the best strip club in Atlanta? Question mark.
I don't know. What is the best strip club in Atlanta?
Probably the one downtown. I've never been to Atlanta. I don't know. And Dylan Beckham with has not let me know why I'm wrong.
Can
Don,
you?
let me hear. Can we hear you?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Oh, yep, loud and clear.
YouTube is a little bit behind. So
Okay. All right. Rap albums say it's Magic City, but they've never been. Yep. No, I'm not sure. Not sure. I have no. Oh, wait. Okay. Dylan Beckwith says it's 8 Corners. Is that pizza from Detroit or? Not sure. 8 Corners. Oh, maybe is that a strip club in Atlanta or a pizza style? I'm not sure. Well, thank you for joining me on the Mary Jane Show. I believe
Well,
is this a
I can
holiday?
say this. Dylan Beckwith might know a little bit about it because his his mother was a former stripper, and she loved to eat pizza before she got fucked. So she would know about both those things.
Okay, wonderful. Um, Kyle Harry says they also say gin and juice is good and it tastes like butt. I will agree, gin and juice is yucky. Also on strip clubs in Atlanta, the Wild Chest. Um, oh, Dylan Beckwith says Pizza Hog was her name. Oh, and right before that, it's both. Is that the answer to Eight Corners being a strip club and a style of pizza?
How can you have 8 sides of pizza?
Eight Corners.
How can you have 8 quarters?
I believe that's a star.
No, you make two pizzas basically. It's they used to use some kind of oil pan, I think, or something, refurbished oil pans because it was Detroit and they have two containers in it, so you get two separate pizzas basically in one pizza. Is that right?
Oh, they make it like a sandwich, like two pieces of bread.
A little bit bigger than that, but it's sort of like you probably make four slices from maybe 6 slices from each side. Is that right, Dylan?
I don't think so. I think that what it is 2 pizzas together. Yes, that is what the Detroit pizza is, and they cook it that way. But to have 8 sides seems impossible. Even if you
Corners,
put one
8
corners, that would only be 6.
Huh. Okay. Well, Hexagon says, Mary Jane, I'm thinking of buying a fleet of Rolls Royces for crash testing. Should I buy them all in the same color or different colors? Thank you. I think you should buy pairs of colors. So maybe 2 of each color. And then I think that they should are they doing head-on crashing to your own Rolls Royces, or you're gonna?
So wait a minute, hold on. So Dylan Beckwith, when I said that there's 2 pizzas, one is on the top, one is on the bottom, that wasn't right. Fuck you. Keep your mom.
Ninja Brennan says
Keep your mom away from me.
Toledo Walleye just scored there at the Red Wings affiliated team. Oh, now Dylan Beckham was getting on you, old man G. He's getting it on everyone today. He says, way to take the magic out of it, old man G. And then, right, they're just side by side. And Earth Tubbs has arrived. Yay!
Welcome, Earth
Hello,
Tubbs.
Earth Tubbs.
Hello, Earth Tubbs.
And yes, I do need to know, Hexagon, are you going to be crashing your own cars into your own cars? Or are they going to be crashing into other objects? And now we have another question for Mary Jane from Kyle Harry. Mary Jane, when you steal Don's spot closing the Comedy Store, you gotta walk out to the Tom Petty song, Last Dance with Mary Jane. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, and Dylan Beckenwith chimes
Beckwith.
on.
Dylan Beckwith.
Okay, well, you can read his comment about his mom.
She's gonna miss the cock. Yeah, I would say she's going to.
Well, thank you for joining us for the Mary Jane Show. I believe it is Memorial Day weekend. And so it's a super spiffy, exciting show. I believe we have just concluded opening show banter with a little bit of sports talk, and now we are moving into mid-show banter. Thank you all for the comments and questions.
By the way, Dallas and Edmonton are tied at 1 apiece. Back to you, Mary Jane.
Wonderful. So it could go either way.
Well, it's the first period.
Some people are saying that how could Dallas be good at hockey because it doesn't snow there really? And others say, how could Edmonton be any good because they have no affiliation with the Slapsticks movie? So it's a toss-up for sure. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Don, you look very pretty today.
Yeah, I heard that all day.
Oh, okay.
But you can say it. Go ahead.
I did.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, Guillermo Castello says Pizza Rock in Vegas has really good Detroit style pizza. Best I've tasted. Ooh, that sounds excellent. I wonder if that Pizza Rock is the same as I tried. I forget what city I was in, but there was a wood fire restaurant that
You
I
know
believe.
what? It might have been here. It might have been Mike Binder's restaurant. He had a place on Sunset that was all Detroit type of food, Fago Pop, uh,
Oh,
and I know that we went there and we had Detroit style pizza when we went there.
yeah, maybe. You know what? I do remember that, but I believe it wasn't presented to me with like obviously the name pizza. It was kind of because one time we went there, it was more of a party thing, and then another time we went and ordered our own food. And I think I had it for the party thing where it's like I didn't know if it was just some kind of appetizer or I didn't really understand what Detroit pizza was till a couple years after that. But no, I was meaning Pizza Rock, the name of the establishment, like rock and roll. I did go to a very good wood fire pizza place not too long ago that had guitars and pictures and stuff. So I wonder if that's the same restaurant. But thank you. So Pizza Rock in Vegas, best Detroit style pizza. One place that's fun here that has it, and it is very good, is Fred 62's, which was just a normal cafe, like very classic cafe. And then for delivery, instead of delivering everything on their menu, because that would have probably driven the chefs crazy, they went with a good solid Detroit style pizza. Very excellent. And now another comment from YouTube. Austin Nelson says Walmart has good frozen Detroit style called Motor City Pizza. It's pretty good for frozen pizza. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Oh,
Oh, what?
my snack yesterday for the Pretty Girls show, um, the pizza that came with it was very Detroit stylish because the pepperonis were on top, not under the cheese. And I say style-ish. So
Did you have pizza too?
I stole 2 pieces of pepperoni off of it.
Off mine?
Yeah. Comment from YouTube. Austin Nelson says, Mary Jane, what is the classiest pizza topping appropriate for a lady of high social esteem such as yourself? Well, I am very particular about my pizza. Very, very particular. I will say for a level of class, my grandma's favorite pizza was always some version of Hawaiian pizza.
Ugh.
Sometimes it would be sometimes, but even though that's traditionally Canadian ham, sometimes it would have actual more American bacon. And yes, there is a version that's not quite so popular with a little bit of pepperoni, to where you take a cheese pizza and just put a little bit of pepperoni and a little bit of pineapple. But my personal favorite is a margarita pizza. Add black olives, a margarita pizza exactly as is, which is olive oil with the wet mozzarella cheese, fresh basil, and then little tomatoes, like a few little cherry tomatoes,
Cherry.
pieces of tomatoes on it. Just like that. Then add pepperoni and black olives or Kamada olives. Oh, this I'll let you answer this, Don. Because it would break the rules. Kyle Harry says, Don, have you worn any wife beaters yet during your shirt marathon?
It'd have to be regular T-shirts.
Yep, can't
With
be
a-
a tank top.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Austin Nelson says classic choice, shows what an elegant and refined palate you have. Thank you so very, very, very much. Thank you. And Ninja Ninja Bryn, let's just say Brenda. Honey bear pizza, cheese, bacon, and topped with hot honey is awesome. I did try that recently. My sister ordered that from a really nice pizza place not too long ago. One of the wood fire places. That was
Thank you.
absolutely excellent. And you just said cheese, you didn't specify. The one I had ricotta cheese. Big, like ice cream balls, mini ice cream balls of ricotta cheese all over it. That was absolutely amazing. Does that sound good to you, Don?
Yes. I've taken you to places to eat before.
Yes, and the place that I had the honey bear pizza was a place that Jack joined you and I with Ivy for one of your birthday outings. We sat outside by the fire. Oh, and Mr. Pizza, also Austin Nelson says, I had hot honey pizza in Providence a few weeks ago and it was fantastic. Lots of pepperoni. Oh, wonderful. See, that's a great thing about pizza is there aren't like standard classic. You can mix it up. You can mix the pepperoni with the honey bear. You can mix the pineapple with the classic pepperoni pizza. You can just put anything you want on it any day of the week. What is your absolutely favorite must-have pizza topping choice, Don?
Brooklyn pizza.
That's a style, not a topping.
But you see the kind of thin crust with pepperoni and a big, where you can fold your pizza in half. Brooklyn pizza.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Oh, thank you, Dylan Beckwith says, you're so right, Mary Jane. Thank you. And Kyle Harry says, let's get pizza now. This is getting very tempting. Yes, this is very, very, very tempting. Oh, Dylan Beckwith says Saginaw
County.
Pizza.
I was born in Saginaw, Michigan. I grew up in a house near Saginaw Bay. My dad was a poor, hard-working Saginaw fisherman. Too many times he came home with too little pay.
Bravo. So, Don, is there such thing as Saginaw County pizza?
No.
Okay, and Dylan Beckwith says, I love the fold in pizza and not...
Can I say this? If Dylan Beck was anything like his mom, he also likes to have semen shot in his face.
Okay. Nada Rouge 1973 says, hi, Don.
Hi.
Hi, Mary Jane. Hi, Old Man G. Hi, Terry Greenmeats.
Hey,
Hello and welcome.
And thanks for the 100 biddies yesterday at the end of the show that I didn't catch till after the show ended. But thank you for that. On my show, that is.
What did
Thank
they
you.
do?
They gifted 100 bits from during my show at the end. So thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Oh, on your fight show?
Yes. It was a race show kind of yesterday with all the new car stuff. But
Dylan Beckwith says, ha 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 ha. It runs in the family. Oh, okay. I will agree with this comment. Austin Nelson says, I want to go on record now and say that Little Caesars eats as much ass as that one guy's whore mom.
Dylan Beckwith.
oh, is that who he's talking about?
Oh, and he responds. Dylan Beckwith responds, cheap shot, Don.
Oh, really? Did I talk about how your mom loves to have a knife scraped against her clitoris? That's the only way she can get off? Yeah, I didn't. So I kept that to myself.
I will say this. Anytime I think of Little Caesars, I would not want to have that as an adult. But when I was really young and fast food stuff was only a very rare treat, Little Caesars was so good. But when we had Netflix as a joke, I received several questionable phone calls from somebody named Schizo Surfer. The first of which was, Mary Jane, I'm broke and starving. I need food for me to pick him up and take him to the show. So I asked 7-Eleven how much their pizza was, because I was on a budget that evening, and it was $10, whereas Little Caesars had a $5.99 to go big whole pizza, same size. So I went ahead and got that, and then I called him back, and he said, no, I bought my own food. I got food. I just need a drink really, really, really bad. And I realized at that point, as I'm on the freeway in Los Angeles traffic, I hadn't eaten all day. So I reached back and grabbed a piece of pizza out of the box. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Absolutely awful. Guillermo Castella says, heard you guys on the Felipe Esparza podcast. You guys were awesome on there. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. I really like that guy, and I was very honored that he wanted to be on this show.
And thanks for coming to check us out here.
What?
And thanks for coming to check us out here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Omanji. Thank you. Kyle Harry says, imagine getting the Simon lust gene passed on to you. And then Austin Nelson says, Jesus. And then also separately, that is right. Little Caesars is slamming when you're poor. I just don't think it's good anymore. I think that the flavor from let's just say a few decades ago, they've outlawed a lot of those oils and greases and flavors. So maybe it just had that addictive yummy flavor. Now it's just so bad. Should have got Sharkies, says Dylan Beckenwith. Or Shakies. Yeah, I won't agree with that. There's something wrong with the Shakies and the Sharkies. They've both gone really downhill. And Hexagon says, thinking about Stephen Brody Stevens, he would have turned 54 last week. I rewatched his special because I miss him. Yes, it's a shame Brody went away. He is missed. Oh no. Dylan Beckwith says, Beckwith Dylan is not Dylan Beckwith, Don. Someone is stealing my identity. Ooh, so the YouTube Beckwith Dylan is not Dylan Beckwith. It's an imposter.
What if it's his mom?
Is it your mom?
No, she would have talked about cock by now.
I think they did say something about cock.
Oh, they did?
I think so. Was it him or was this one or the other one?
First time I'm with this fucking skank, she's talking about her fantasy, which she's only had happen 12 times, is where 5 guys get around and are jerking off on top of her. Why do you tell somebody that? Why do you say that? Did she think oh, that's cool? Dylan Beckwith's mom.
Well, Don, I shouldn't say that.
Can I say this?
I was going to say, in all fairness, not to judge anyone's sexual anything, but some guys get off on the fact of getting to enjoy something after somebody else has, you could say, spoiled it.
There's a guy I knew that used to he would have he'd have the guy come on his dick. Then he'd have sex with the woman that the other guy had fucked and come inside of. So his hot cum was in there. And he would go in and fuck her. And this was not Dylan Beckwith's mom.
Can I just say, speaking of tips, we got one?
Yes.
Ooh.
Nikki Six tipped $3 and says, son, Schizo is framed. Please put this toward the money he owes you. Any updates on Schizo Surfer would be appreciated. We want to collaborate with him. Thanks. Thank you very much, Nikki
Wonderful.
Six.
Thank you very much. I did get a call today and the day before yesterday. I am not driving anywhere or lifting a finger to put Zoom on another phone. And I believe Dawn agrees.
Absolutely agree.
Because neither of us got a phone call or a Zoom visit when he knows when all the shows are on. He could just pop into any of them, not that he's been invited. We didn't hear from him for 2 weeks after all the Netflix is a joke, and I believe we worked pretty hard to make sure he had a great time.
He had a great time. He got another half pound of weed, and he can't do fucking anything, you know. By the way, Boston is up 2-0. So right now, Jack's 5-star lock is not on.
Oh, Dawn, you might need to intercept. There's a problem. Dylan Beckwith says, Mom, get off! Exclamation point.
Where does he say that?
And not
It's at the very top of your
Bruce?
screen right now. Sorry.
Yes, Omanji?
I was just telling Don it's at the very top of his chat right now.
Oh, what was said before, Mom? Get off.
We're talking about
energy, yes, and I just roll with it though.
his mom being the other person on YouTube impersonating, or with the same name. It's just back with Dylan. So
What does this mean? MJ reminds me of a prettier version of Hatchet Face from Crybaby.
I don't know.
Oh, thank you. And Screen Jam says he has a giant handmade Zoom book. No,
Ooh.
was that the Zoom book or was it Tweet? I think you're right. Yes, he did. But I have not made him another one. He lost that one.
Uh-oh. So this other guy, Beckwith Dylan, is Dylan Beckwith's father. Because he says, get out of the chat, Junior.
Oh,
Hi.
Terry King has arrived. Hello, hello.
Good to see you.
Oh, do we have any sports updates, Don?
Yeah. Boston is up 8-2. I'll do a little play-by-play. He puts it into that guy. He turns around and puts it in. It's now 8-4. Boston comes down their green uniforms. Number 7 thinks he's pretty good. He passes it to his friend, who puts it up to the star of the team. This guy comes over, takes a 3-pointer, and yes! Yes! 11-4. Boston is leading. Now Indiana comes down. This guy tries to pretend like he's going to go down. Now he comes in for a layup, and now it's 8-6. I believe there's a stoppage in play. Does that mean it's a +1? I believe it does. I couldn't hear what the ref said, but he goes in, he scores a layup, and now is going for the 3-point. He's got the bonus point. Let's see it. And right now, score is 11-6. So right now, Jack would be losing. It's now 11-7. 11-7.
What's the point spread on that one?
7, actually. I thought it was 7.5, but Terry Greenbeans today said 7. All right, Boston has the ball. The guy's going right up the top of the circle. Passes it to the hero. Tatum shoots. Another 3-pointer! And now it's exactly 7. Well, it was only a 2-pointer. It's 13-7 now. 13-7. Indiana's going around. The one guy gets past him. He goes for the layup and he scores. It's 13-9. A lot of people in Indiana are hoping that Indiana beats them. And we are playing in Indiana, so the crowd is on Indiana's side. Hey, come on, boss, why don't you go back? Another three-pointer. Yes. 16-9. Indiana comes down. They're doing the thing. The guy feels like, hey, I'd like to throw it to you, but there's a guard. There's somebody covering you. Turns around. Yes. 16-11. Mary Jane, this back and forth here at Gainbridge Fieldhouse is really making me feel crazy. This guy puts it over to the star Tatum. Tatum does like kind of a whoop-de-doo pass. It passes back, shoots for three, no good. Indiana records a rebound in their stat sheet. 16-11 guy drives down the middle, shoots, no good. Rebound. Tatum for the Boston Celtics. He's the star of the team. He's the guy that everybody seems to want to give the ball to. Then he throws it over. They throw it over there, and he throws it over there. Back to Tatum, and in and out for three. No good. Indiana rebound. 16-11. And don't forget, this show is brought to you by Bernie's chocolate-covered almonds. You want the best in chocolate-covered almonds? Go with Bernie's. All right. Boston's got the ball. They blocked the shot, and then the guy hits it out that was trying to get his ball after being blocked, and it goes out of bounds. So it's Boston's ball. Boston's wearing their green shirts and green pants. This is a team. Do you remember Larry Bird, Mary Jane?
Yes, as Mr. Short Shorts. Not to be confused with Don Barris hitchhiking in short shorts. Different kind of pants.
Okay, they did something wrong. I don't know what it is. Everybody's got their hands in theirs. What happened? But now Indiana gets the ball back, trailing by 5, 16-11. There's some people from Indiana in the audience right here. Okay, the guy's dribbling. He's about over the three-point line, but he's trying to get closer, and he gets closer, and he gets close too! It's now 16-13. Indiana trails by 3. And, of course, the point spread is 7. And this was Jack Icano's 5-star lock. Boston comes down and scores 2, 18-13. The one guy from Indiana comes up. He seems like he wants to shoot, and he does, but there's a foul called. Uh-oh. You don't want your best player in Boston to get a bunch of fouls, but he has one because of this play.
Super exciting day in sports, and thank you for the excellent commentary, Don.
Thank you. Let me give you some other scores. We're going to Major League Baseball, where Mary Jane picked the Dodgers to beat the Reds. Pitch from the one guy, Cincinnati. I believe his name is Green. He's pitching to Freddie Freeman, who had a double in the 4th inning. Okay, here's the pitch from the one guy. Got a guy on. Oh, low! That's a ball. 2-0. Now you've got this. It's the top of the 6th. Cincinnati leading 2-1. Freeman is at bat. He's 1 for 2 today, as I said. Here comes the pitch. Oh, swing and a miss. It's now the count is 2-1. I believe we have a guy at third base. We have a Dodger on third base. So, and there's one out. So a drive ball will tie this game up. Oops, pop up. You fucking pussy, Freddie Freeman. You fucked up. Here comes the throw to the, it doesn't even, guy didn't even have a chance to tag up. Freddie, come here. Come here and talk to me for a second. When you got a guy on third base and less than 2 outs, and the guy on third base is the star of the team, he needs to get stats. It would be wonderful if he scored a run, and you fucked up. Go sit in the end bench. You sicken me. All right, coming up to bat right now, Will Smith. He's 1 for 2. And here comes the pitch from Green. Green, it seems like a big show off. Oh, a fastball, 98 miles an hour, but it's outside. Ball 1. We still got the best player in baseball on third base waiting to come in. But the one fucking Freddie dickhead fucked up for us. Oh, a high ball at 98 miles an hour. Green's getting a little wild here. We got a 2-0 count. All right.
Thank you to Gifted Brenda. She has updated her name so that you can recognize her on multiple platforms. She said,
Strike 1! Swing and a miss. Green threw a ball and Smith took a swing at it but missed it. So it's now 2-1. Let me tell you this. Gifted Brenda, thank you.
and she says, this is the kind of commentary we need for baseball and maybe golf.
By the way, Green's pitch, it's down low. So right now Smith probably feeling a little confident. Now, hey, this guy we want a pitcher, not a belly itcher. It's now 3-1. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Oh, you stupid motherfucker. Pops out to second base. So they leave the best player in baseball on third. He seems pissed.
So EarthTub says, I don't like mini sports, but Don really changes things up. I might watch. You've converted someone, Don. That's wonderful. Thank you, EarthTubs. And Guillermo Castella says, what are your favorite teams, Don? Question mark.
Well, I would say in pro basketball, it would be the Detroit Pistons. In Major League Baseball, it would be the Detroit Tigers. In hockey, it would be the Detroit Red Wings. And I know some of you guys are thinking, wait a minute, they named a team after eating pussy? No.
It's called Eating Bloody Pussy, Don.
When you got a tongue as sharp as mine, you're going to get a lot of bloody pussy.
Okay.
And in football, it's the Detroit Lions, who had the best year they've had in quite some time. But what I don't like is I like some of these guys picking what's going to happen this year. And they say that there's going to be 2 teams from the NFC North, the Bears and the Vikings, that are going to make the playoffs.
And Dylan Beck.
Whoa, hold on. They have a commercial here. And they have all the guys from The Office. AT&T Business. That's cool.
Dylan Beckwith says, yeah, you are a great sports announcer, !
Because let's go back into basketball. The guy from Boston, 3-pointer, yes! Yes! Oh, no, this is a highlight. It's 24-15. Here's the guy from Indiana. He's trying his best to get as close to the basket as he can. Number 9's a little skitter bug, and he got real close. But let's see. It seems like somebody got fouled. Looks like one of the Boston guys wearing their green uniforms fouled number 9. Number 9's a short little guy, but I'll bet you he really tries hard. Okay, so we're going to the line. One shot, 24-15. This guy can bring it within 8. And that's exactly what he does. It's now Indiana is trailing 24-16.
Looks like from the stat sheet here, Tyrese Halliburton's replacement is on the court. He has 0 stats.
Okay, well now it's 24-17. The team in the green uniforms, the Boston Celtics, number 9 brings it down. And he tried to do something, the ball kind of got away. You know, you wonder, why isn't that considered traveling? but he got away with it. And he throws it to his pal number 7, who comes down like he's a big shot and he goes close to the basket. Oh, here's the star of the team. He missed. And you know what? 24-second clock ran out, so it's not going to be official miss in the stats. So he did not take the shot because it was a violation. All right, number 9. He is an adorable short guy. He's the shortest guy in the court, and yet he brings the ball down. And like some of the other players, like play with him. Oh, he just almost. If he would have been a little taller, he could have stole that ball. But he did miss up the pass, and now Indiana has it. And they score a 2-point basket. It is now 24-19. They're within 5. And somebody's complaining to the ref. Like, what? And the ref is saying, why don't you keep it to yourself, for there's going to be problems for you, pal.
Really?
I think. I wish I could do like the radio announcement, then people could watch the game. Boy, they have a lot of shows that I've never even heard the name before. They have a thing on Hulu that has the Kardashians. I would be surprised if that family doesn't sue them for using their name. I was born in Saginaw, Michigan. I grew up in a house near Saginaw Bay. My dad was a poor, hard-working Saginaw fisherman. Too many times he came home with too little pay. Do you know the next line of that song? I met a girl in Saginaw, Michigan. See, I need you to say Saginaw, Michigan. So I'm going to do it again. Mary Jane, you can help out. I met a girl.
Saginaw, Michigan.
No. No, it's like you forced it up. Say it with me. Saginaw, Michigan. Try saying that.
Saginaw, Michigan.
No, you're not. Saginaw, Michigan. Okay, I'll try it again.
Hold on. Hello to Taco, who says, hey, loved y'all on Felipe's podcast. Thank you, and thank you for joining us. And if you heard Don talking about the Ding Dong Show, you are in the right place. This is where you will see it Monday night, 10:30 p.m. If you're in Los Angeles, you can come down to the Comedy Store and see it in person. Go ahead, Don, back to the song.
You know what? I want to get to this. This is important. Felipe, who brought me on his show, nobody brings me on their shows. I add to every show I'm ever on. I have a lot of history to talk about. Yet nobody wants Don Barris around. And that's why I'm proud when I say, I was born in Saginaw, Michigan.
Saginaw, Michigan.
I grew up. That's not where you do it, Mary Jane. Mary Jane, I'll tell you when. I grew up in a house near Saginaw Bay. My dad was a poor, hard-working Saginaw fisherman. No, Mary Jane, no.
Dylan Beckenwest says, by the way, Mary Jane, you look super pretty right now. Thank you.
It's Dylan Beckwith, not Beckenwith.
I believe I can say whatever I want. Tacos from YouTube says, I have a best buddy who, just like him, Mexican people are someone the best people, period. LOL. Thank you. Thank you.
I will say this. The guy was very respectful of me, and he seemed to maybe look on someone's post because he did have some, and I was very happy because I know that he's doing very well for himself.
Well, the cool thing is he had a lot of stories because on the Big3PremiumMembership.com, I got to recently watch the prequel to the Ding Dong Show, Simply Dawn, the Belly Room program, going from 92 to the year 2000. And so he definitely did pay attention to you and what you were doing. Also, Jay Johnson says, Big 3, exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. Thank you. And Taco says, some of star cell LMAO. Dylan Beckenwith says she can say
Beckwith. It's Beckwith.
Okay, and Gifted Brenda says, Mary Jane, you always are on your A game. Thank you.
Who said that?
Thank you. Gifted Brenda.
Well, if Gifted Brenda said it, it must be true.
We were doing the duet. Go ahead, start it again.
I was born in Saginaw, Michigan. I grew up in a house near Saginaw Bay. My dad was a poor, hard-working Saginaw fisherman. Too many times he came home with too little pay. Now this is where you would come in. I met a girl in Saginaw, Michigan.
Oh, we have from the YouTube chat, Austin Nelson said, love this week's Big 3 Premium upload. Been looking for that clip after the show for a while.
What was that? What was this week's Big 3 clip?
Was that the behind the scenes of episode 1 for Big 3 podcast? And Iron Aesthetic says, where's Terrifying Tim? Question mark, question mark, question mark. I am not sure. We don't know if he's on the floor of the Bay of China Ocean or out being a hero somewhere, sponsoring Navy SEALs to assassinate people. I'm not sure. Taco says, sorry for my fat fingers pressing the wrong buttons, but we need a podcast without the cancer, aka Percy Francis.
Oh, Perry Caravello.
Austin Nelson says, when Perry is amazed at the JQA call. Yes, in the first podcast, Don, you and Perry discussed the whole confusion with Crank Yankers and on the movie poster Windy City Heat, why it says Tony Barbieri and Mole, and that Mole did an impression of JQA for the Crank, that whole thing. That was very, love that clip, said Austin Nelson. And Don, you handled it very beautifully. And Gifted Brenda says, or no, well, she says, Mary Jane, you are always on your A game. Thank you.
Can we ask Gifted Brenda a question? Is Gifted Brenda or a woman, or is she a man?
And I will say Monica Lopez Z Yoga says, Mary Jane, very pretty. I love your hair today. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. You want to sing the duet again?
It's not really a duet. There's some backing.
Let me guess. Former Ding Donger, King of Poontang.
Who?
King of Poontang. Former Ding Donger, King of Poontang.
Should I just pick it up and see who it is?
Yeah, go ahead. Speaker.
Hello?
Hi, Don. How you doing?
Who's this? I can't hear you. Who is it?
It's Brian.
Oh, the King of Poontang.
Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Hey, when's the last someone called you the King of Poontang?
For 6 years, buddy. I missed it.
Yeah, do you? Yeah. Those were the
Yeah.
days. Remember, you were the king of Poontang?
Yeah, I remember that very well.
And where are you right now?
Hospital.
What are you in the hospital for?
Oh, I got hit by a car.
You got hit by a car.
Yeah, a while back. I don't even remember hardly.
You know, if you remember correctly, that's how your father passed away.
Yeah, I know.
He was collecting cans, and a car hit him.
Yeah,
But you know what? I said it to you at the time, and I'll say it to you again. He went out doing what he loved to do. What? Hello, Brian?
he got the drink.
I can't hear you. What'd you say? I don't know what you're doing, but I can't hear you anymore.
He got the drink.
He what? He loves to drink. Yeah, but he also liked collecting cans.
Yeah, I know.
We have a question from
Yeah,
YouTube.
I know he did.
There's a question from YouTube. Somebody,
Has he gotten laid lately? Question mark.
have you gotten any pussy lately?
No, not lately at all.
Why do you think that is? Because you're in the hospital?
Yeah, probably.
All right, well, listen. We're in the middle of a podcast. Can I go back to that?
Yes.
Hey, guess what? I just found out. Gifted Brenda 3 is a female.
That's cool.
All right, King of Poontang. We will talk to you later.
Yes, brother. Bye.
Aww. See, he'd be a better worth paying for the whole full escorting and ride than the schizo. I just don't know what condition Brian's in and how he would behave at the Comedy Store. He was always more behaved than schizo, wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
And more grateful, less ornery.
By the way, let's get back to some play-by-play. So, Boston leading by 1 point. It is 7-6, 5-4 in the first quarter. Shoots, miss, no good. Okay, long shot. Oh, hit the backboard. So, at the end of the first quarter, it's Boston 32, Indiana 31. We have a what?
Everybody loved the Brian call, and Taco says was watching some of Don's podcast appearances after Felipe's, and I wonder if Don would be willing to do one with Holtzman. LOL.
Last time I did one with Holtzman walked off, and I think he was upset that Mary Jane had come, and the final thing, and he kept threatening to walk off, and I really believe it was because his producer was taking our side. And the last thing I remember, he said that show, he was threatening to walk off the show. And I said, if you walk off the show, would you like me to take over as the host? And that pissed him off, and he left.
And then he canceled that business situation of that chapter of his podcast and refused to release the show for almost a year.
No, it was
then when it was released, it was the best comments and best rating and best praise he had gotten on all his other shows he tried so hard on.
Yeah. And now we're going through a point where I won't talk to him because he has blocked me on his phone. Even when I was in Austin and I needed to get in touch with him, he wouldn't unblock me.
And now you and Holtzman had at the mothership, one type of show they do for guests is blah, 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 and Friends. So you had a Brian Holtzman and Friends and a Don Barris and Friends back to back on 2 different nights.
On a Wednesday and Thursday. Brian was on first. I was on his Brian Holtzman and Friends, and on that show, they sold about 50% of the audience. And admittedly, I did talk about that a lot during my set. I did talk about the fact that I asked questions like, do you think you would think that somebody that had a show would promote it a little bit?
Yes, and then yours was completely sold out, if I remember correctly.
The next night it was completely sold out, and
Wonderful.
I kind of mentioned that to him too.
Austin Nelson says, anyone worse behaved than Andy Dick, Mary Jane? ? Yes, quite a few people. I don't think Andy Dick was really badly behaved. He just actually I admired the fact that he did keep his shit together under all the circumstances. And then Taco says he is mad because Don whooped his ass, LOL. Followed by, it's the oil and water we need, Don.
Who are we talking about now?
You and Brian Holtzman.
And I'll pop 2 links in chat there for them if they want to watch them later. It's the Brian Holtzman podcast with you guys on it, and the Comedy Store podcast with you guys and Brian Holtzman on.
Wonderful.
I believe in that one. Brian just made no sense, and everybody encourages that stupidity. But what kind of show is it? I don't know.
And Tarrant King says on Twitch, the Scaremaster is 100% worse than Andy Dick. In some ways. In some ways, yes. And Austin Nelson says, great answer. Thank you, Mary Jane. Thank you very much. Thank you.
By the way, in the first quarter, Tatum from the team in green, the Boston Celtics, scored 15 of their 15 points in the first quarter. By the way, Indiana now leads 33-32. Wait
Wonderful, Don. We have a good comment here.
Okay, go ahead.
Garrett Shea says the lesson Holtzman teaches us is only pussies call timeout and remove their watches when getting in a fist fight.
Well, that's exactly what he did. Called timeout. He jumped on my back to start it. I flipped him over, and he got up, and something happened to his watch, and he had to get his watch, so he called timeout.
And also, let's not forget, when we were doing a podcast, I was left alone in the room with him for just 2 seconds, and he asked me if I had any sisters. And then he followed it with asking if I have any dead sisters. And then he followed it with where are their graves so he can dig it up and have sex with their corpse. Another question from the internet. KB says, Dan and Mary Jane missed the podcast with Stairmaster and Moo. And then they followed it with love you guys from the UK. Thank you very much, KB. And Taco says, it's so funny how Brian deals with Don. Honestly, he refuses to acknowledge Don. It's so funny. Carrot King says, I didn't know timeout was an option in a fist fight, LOL. And followed by Taco saying, yes, the sister comment, LOL, he's just the worst.
We got
and Dylan Beckenwith says, this Goldman guy sounds like a real weirdo.
Goldman.
Don't fall for it, Don. He's been messing with you all day. Oh, man, G, can I ask you to fact check something?
Sure.
What is the reference of Goldman guy? Is that an appropriate reference to our conversation today in the show?
I would guess it's a autocorrect typo.
Okay, and
because Holtzman's not a common name, so I might switch to Goldman.
Okay, very good. So Tarrant King says from the Simpson trial.
Ron Goldman.
And Beckenwith says Holtzman. So I guess it was a typo. So now we know Holzman is auto-corrected to Goldman.
Wishful thinking on autocorrect's part, huh? OJ's gone. You can't do anything about it now.
Yeah.
That's a funny stretch.
And you know what? And people can say whatever they want about Holtzman. Everything that I've ever done, I even tried to get him in Windy City Heat, but he wouldn't have lunch with Jimmy Kimmel. And
Oh,
so I've tried to do when we did that show where we had Mole and Perry going against each other in a debate. I had Holtzman as one of the speakers.
he did not come from the Inland Empire to be lied to, right? Or what city?
He did
Yeah.
Isn't
say
it the high desert or something?
High desert. He did not come from the high, and he had flip-flops for no reason stashed in his waistband just to throw. He brought now throwing shoes in a fight is a comical thing.
No, well, I think that what he was doing, somebody had thrown a shoe at, was it Bush Jr.?
Yes.
And so that's what he was kind of doing.
Oh, okay. First I would like to say this, then I have a comment for Don. Taco, we have big3premiummembership.com, and as of lately there were Simply Don the Belly Room programs. Holzman is in there's 5 or 6. If you want to see early Holzman, like possibly never before seen anywhere else, tune into Simply Don the Belly Room program 3, 4, 5, maybe 7 and 9, and then there's Simply Don the Original Room. Now back to the comments. Austin Nelson says, Don, can you confirm the rumor that you single-handedly protected 80% of Koreatown during the 92 riots? Question mark.
I think those figures are a little exaggerated. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Okay, and Taco says Holzman ripping up the card too, LOL. Oh, he got it. Oh, good. Oh, yay.
What do you mean? What is that?
I believe that means he's already familiar with Big 3 Premium membership. Wonderful.
But what about the card? What is that?
He ripped up the card too.
That on his podcast when he left.
Or did he do that at the debate?
Is the debate on the Big 3 page?
Yes.
Thing?
Yes, that was one of the, when we first launched it, we had 5 or 6 videos that we took extra special care getting absolutely perfect. I mean, we strive for perfection and or the best case scenario for all the videos there, but the first launching batch was definitely and the debate was in that. Gifted Brenda says, I saw a guy remove a guy's prosthetic leg and beat him with his own leg. Men don't normally throw the flip-flops. Yes, absolutely. The debate is on the premium, yes. And Gifted Brenda says, sounds like Don should actually block Holzman.
I'm tired of it. I'm just tired of it. He's an idiot every time he used to come into my act all the time. And I did something with him and it got big laughs. He was funny and people really liked it. By the way, Indiana is up by 5 now. And this guy is just unbelievable. But you know what? Do your own fucking thing. It took a few months before Brody died to realize that it's good to work with Don Barris. Oh. Now, 3-pointer from the team in the green. Now it's 39-37. Wait a minute. Now it's 41-37. Indiana.
Well, Don, thank you very much. This is the Mary Jane Show. And Today, we have had a successful opening show banter, middle show banter, sports highlights, sports commentary, and now we are just finishing up our closing show banter, and then we'll have social media. And so thank you all.
You guys give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
Sure, absolutely, Omanji. And I think that we've had a great time. I have an A+++ to everyone in the chat. Tarrant King 1 says, surprising, my kid with tickets to see the Rangers versus the Wolverines this summer. Gifted Brenda says, Toledo and Kansas City are tied. One player to watch, Brandon Hawkins. He's the highest scoring player in the ECHL. And Dylan Beckowitz says, positive energy, yes! Exclamation point. Oh, Taco says, I don't know, something about him ripping up some agent's business card, and she's like a big shot now. Oh, yes. Okay, that makes sense. That is absolutely something that Holzman would do.
The Reds are up 3-1, Mary Jane. You went the Dodgers, and I think it gives up a run and a half.
Oh, the YouTube Beckon with Dylan says Dylan's mom apparently likes working with Dawn, always talks about it.
I don't think I've ever worked with her, even though I should be paid for what I did inside her mouth.
And Gifted Brenda 3 says he'll go to the Red Wings.
Who'll go to the Red Wings?
Brandon Hawkins.
Oh, he's a guy that's in the minors. And
ECHL.
oh, and he's, but the Red Wings own him.
Yeah, she said earlier that they were watching something where it's like the Red Wings are an umbrella and they're watching something in the umbrella.
I'm back. Thank you.
Hello, Manji. Welcome back.
Mhm.
Yeah, really good. She says Toledo walleye.
Is that what they're called, the Toledo walleye?
Wally?
Well, it could be. No, but that's a fish that's in. So I could see that being the Toledo
Karen
walleye.
King says, welcome back, G. Gifted Brenda says, yep. Dylan Beckowitz says, always work with Dawn, never against. Hashtag push and believe.
Brody got it at the end. Brody wanted to go on tour, where we did the band, where I had Ding Dongers, and Brody and I did sets.
In all fairness, the lineup that you were looking at back then, that would almost be super stressful and terrifying to go on tour with, even though any tour would be super stressful and terrifying.
Yeah, but it would have been funny.
Can we say who the third person you were going to bring was?
But Holtzman was never on that. But I wanted to go with Holtzman. I wanted to go.
You,
with
Holtzman, Brody.
Right.
That would be like, in some people's minds, that would be like, I mean, anyone that worked at the hotel, there's a big chance they would lose their minds. That would be a wonderfully funny, brilliant group. But
you know what, Mary Jane?
Tornadoes on the loose.
You would have gone there, and you would have been running all of it. So.
Well, I mean, I do understand how to keep calm in situations, but yeah.
I'm a pretty girl.
You're very pretty. You're very pretty. That might be an impossible mission. Taco says, take care, the wonderful Mary Jane. Thank you. And thank you, Dawn, for always making me laugh. I'll see y'all in the next Instagram live, brother.
Who said that? Who said that?
Have a great night. Taco on YouTube.
Thank you, Taco on YouTube. All right, this guy came down, turned his ankle. Ouch.
And the next Instagram is in about an hour and 36 minutes, too, so don't forget that.
What's that?
The next Instagram is in about an hour and 36 minutes.
Yes. And Tarrant King says, Dawn, Brody, and Holzman could only be made better by adding Norm. What a lineup.
Well, Norm is no longer with us, and
He's no longer with
neither
us.
is, yeah. But Norm was at a different level.
Well, Don, we have exceeded our minimum requirement for the Mary Jane show. So, do you have any social media you'd like to give out?
You don't want to know the scores?
Well, we've already established at the beginning of the show, none of them are ending by the end of the show today. So we're not going to put the show on hold and keep streaming it until
What?
all the scores come in
Well,
tomorrow.
there's only 7:49 left in the
Seconds or minutes?
minutes. 7:41 now, and now it's Indiana 44, Boston 40. But we only have the rest of this quarter and the entire second half. We could push it that far. Oh, the guy who turned his ankle might have turned it again because he fell.
Karen King says, I'll see y'all on Instagram tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look forward to seeing you there.
See you all on Instagram.
So Don's social media is A with the circle, simply Don1 everywhere, except for Facebook and Cameo. Cameos are available under Don Barris.
I will say this. Mary Jane's pick of Indiana looks really good because right now in the second half everything changes in a lot of, but right now they're up by 8 and they have 7 other points, so they're up by 15.
I don't think I picked Indiana.
Yeah, you did. No, you picked Boston.
Harry picked Indiana.
Wait a minute. Hold everything.
No.
Right. Well, let me make sure that I got this right.
While you're checking, I've got the comment from 1973. I like Norm Macdonald a lot since Saturday Night Live till his last show. Yes, he was wonderful. Thank you, thank you.
You did pick Boston. And I think I was thinking because Jack did a 5-star lock on Boston winning. So you're trailing with the Dodgers. You're trailing with Boston. Let me see what the stars. That game was tied. Are you there?
Yes. And also if you like Don's t-shirts, he is trying to do the Guinness Book of World Records. Feel free to check that out on his Instagram, simply Don1. And if you'd like to contribute 2XL t-shirts, Don Barris, 7190 West Sunset Boulevard, number 153, Los Angeles, California, 90046. And Old Man G, do you have any social media?
Sure, you can follow me here at allman_G_gaming on Twitch and YouTube. It's allman_G, or yeah, allman_G. Sorry. Check me out. I game there sometimes. Fortnite, Brawlhalla, other things.
Thank you, thank you. And how many days left for Don? Gifted Brenda asks how many days left to make the record.
Well, I'm at 1,000. Boy, I got to really check it because I thought I was 1,100, but it might be 1,020. I don't know. Anyway, whatever it is, the record that I understand right now is 4,260. So I've got a ways to go. By the way, Edmonton and Dallas, where Mary Jane thought that Dallas would win this game. Guess what the score is, Mary Jane?
I do not know what.
1-1.
All right. It's been the same for the past hour.
And then tomorrow there's 2 games: Minnesota Timberwolves and Dallas Mavericks, New York Rangers and Florida Panthers. So if you're following Mary Jane's picks, she's got Dallas in the hockey game, Boston Celtics -7 in the Saturday basketball game, and she has the Dodgers -1.5 against Cincinnati.
Thank you very much.
Right now, in all those games, Mary Jane is losing.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I am on Instagram, A with the circle, TheSmokingMaryJane. Thank you, thank you. And any final words, Don?
Yeah, on Instagram, follow me so I can get more people. And Instagram is simply Don1.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Oman G, best moderator in the business.
Yes, he is.
And can I say the magic words, Don?